Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. Peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashem Al Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Al Shah. And what I want to get into this morning, is how, like-minded people, cleave to each other. All right? And that's with all factions of society, man. Even when you just look, in the world, like-minded people, cleave to each other. You see? Jake, they work the plant jobs. All right? They cleave, to Jakes that work plant jobs. Jakes that are entrepreneur-minded. They cleave to Jakes that are entrepreneur-minded. And this is in general, even beyond Jake. You see? The medical women in the medical field cleave. It's just everyone pretty much cleave to those, all right, that are within their field. That's by nature, and have that same, mindset. People cleave to each other. All right. A lot of women that are adulterous, they hang with other adulterous women. All right. A lot of men that ain't shit hang with other men that ain't shit. You gonna cleave to your like-minded because that creates a comfort zone. People cleave to their like-minded that creates a particular comfort zone. And in this ministry, within this truth, all right, of people that know that they're Israelites, you have different sects where like-minded Israelites cleave according to mindset. All right, when you go into the book of Sirach, chapter 13, verse 15. So like Sirach 13 and 15, it says, "Every beast loveth his like, every man loveth his neighbor." Verse 16, "All flesh consorteth according to kind, and a man will cleave to his like." A man will cleave to his like. All right. That's why even in the hood, you have, the jack boys will hang with all the jack boys. The trappers will hang with all the trappers. You see? So in this ministry, what do you have, man? You have like-minded individuals that cleave to each other, man. You have, just get some examples. All right. Let's deal with IUIC. Those men pretty much cleave to each other because they are like-minded. The name of Yahweh Shai isn't that important to them. So other Israelites that don't believe the name of Yahweh Shai, the name of Heavenly Father isn't that important, they're going to cleave to that. They still have pedestals for women. Well, Israelites that still, have simp in their blood, they're going to cleave to that. All right? Jakes that still want to get their hairline, well, they're going to cleave, all right, to IUIC because that's tolerated, the long dreads. All those men cleave to each other because why? They have the same mindset. All right? You look at ISUPK. What is the NGO over there? That ex-con, institutionalized Israelite. All right? They cleave to each other because why? They have the same mindset. They think, the truth is like the prison. Jake coming, popping up talking about this is my block. They had gotten to IUIC that time over a block. You see? That's prison shit. And them Jakes cleave to each other because they got the same mind frame. When you go to Sakari, all right? That clout chasing spirit. That want to be known and famous, that street fame spirit. All right? So all the men that want clout and street fame, they're going to cleave to that group. So what you see amongst Israel, you see the same mindsets cleaving to each other. And then that's why you have amongst the apostles and elders of GMS, what do you have, man? Men, all right, that are about edification, man. Not about, all right, self-glory. Because pretty much we're moving as Yahushua moved. Yahushua said he made himself a no reputation. All right? Daily teaching. The spirit of prophecy. He became poor, all right, so the believers could become rich in knowledge. You see, he was nation-minded. So you see, there's a sect, all right, of men that cleave to Yahushua, and other men cleave to those men because we're like-minded, kingdom-minded, thinking about beyond this place, man. Even with women. Well, women that like, clout chasing and, Jake with street fame, they're going to be drawn to Sakari. All right? Women that still have that Queen of Heaven vibration, they're going to be joining the IUIC. All right? Women that got a thing for ex-cons, they're going to be drawn to ISUPK. And see, and the reason why we can't cleave to each other, because it'll be nothing but offenses. Because if you have someone that's serious-minded about Yahushua, they're going to be offended by someone that's not serious-minded. It's going to be offenses. Their behavior, their conduct is going to be very offensive. All right? Just like you have a woman that's trying her best to be in order, and then another woman who is out of order, well, that's going to conflict. It's going to be offenses, man. You see? Reading on, and it says, all flesh consortive, all right, according to kind, and a man cleave to his like. What fellowship have the wolf with the lamb, so the sinner with the godly. All right? And the scripture tell you that there are prophets, all right, that are wolves in sheep clothing. They put on the appearance of the sheep, but inwardly they're wolves, and it shows, man. All right? When you go into the behavior of a lamb, all right, a lamb was obedient. See? A lamb didn't keep up a lot of ruckus. A lamb wasn't scheming, all right, on the prey. You see? And that's what you see amongst Jake. And they look at the sheep as a prey. And keep reading on. It says, I'm going to read it again. It said, what fellowship have the wolf with the lamb, so the sinner, with the godly, man. Why? Because it's going to be a clash, man. We can't, people in the world, best friends, cousins, we used to be with, kick it with, all right? There's a certain time period when we were around them before we started getting offended at their conduct, man. Because we have two different mindsets now, especially, the believers that have truly been born again in the spirit. It's going to be a clash, man. We can't do the things we used to do. We can't be in the circles we used to be in, because it will be very offensive to our spirit now. So that's why you see the same brothers and sisters, all right, within this same, community of believers. Why, man? Because we're cleaving to our like. You see? So I just want to put that out there, Lord will, you will edify till next time I say shalom. Kwam Yashala, Abab Abal, DTA soon.